May I come in, sir?
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
So your name is Kumar or Soumya?
Sir, Soumya, sir.
Soumya. Okay. So Soumya, tell us about yourself first.
So, I have done my primary schooling from Bihar, Bhagalpur. After that, sir, I did my class 12 from Ramakrishna Mission, Devghar. Later on, for my graduation and post-graduation, I studied mechanical engineering in IIT Mumbai. And later on, sir, I worked in ICICI Lombard as risk analyst for a year. And after that, I went to Delhi for my civil services preparation. And so presently, I am working as a section officer in Armed Force Headquarters Civil Service, sir.
So you're happy there?
Yes, sir.
Satisfied?
So satisfaction is something, sir, like present work is definitely giving me satisfaction, but yes, sir, I strive for more, sir.
So looking for a change.
Yes, sir.
So Soumya, tell me about your greatest strength.
So I believe that, sir, to be able to support my staff and to be able to deliver the best from the team that I am having in the office is something that I think is my biggest strength, sir.
I find you have taken Mathli instead of mechanical engineering as subject. You did not have enough confidence in mechanical engineering, studied from IIT Bombay. What a signal it is sending to others. Graduate from IIT Bombay in mechanical engineering, thinks that he is not good enough.
Sir, it's not so.
Or is it an easy path you wanted to take?
So it's neither of these, sir. I believe, sir, mechanical engineering has been a very good learning subject for me. But, sir, after engineering, when I decided to go for civil services examination, I felt that during the preparation of my general studies paper, that I was more inclined towards the social aspects of the life. And since I had a keen interest in literature, so I wanted to explore this subject, sir.
So tell me, whatever you have learned in Mathli, how can you connect with the administration?
So in Mathli literature, we study about the different social aspects of the life, like how historically the
Be precise. Tell me that this is a learning from Mathli and this is how I intend to use in administration.
Sure. So for example, sir, in Mathli, I learned about that how the culture of a particular place is very important for governance of the people in that area. So to be a good administrator is very important to understand the culture of that area. So this is one important aspect that I learned from this subject. And also, so it is very important that a particular in a particular area, a particular language also plays a vital role. So from the administration point of view, it is also very important to give due respect to the language of that area, sir.
What are the choices you have given for services, various services?
My most preferred choice is Indian Administrative Service, sir.
First 5 choices, just list out.
So IAS, Indian Revenue Service Income Tax, Indian Revenue Service Custom and Excise, Indian Audit and Account Service, Indian Civil Account Service, sir.
So why this unconventional choice of services? Why not IPS? Okay, why not IFS?
So this is like one of my personal choice because I wanted to stay in India. Because so presently my parents need me, and I believe that now it's my time to look into their care. So because of that personal reason, sir, I do not opt for Indian Foreign Services.
Okay, a few questions on mechanical engineering.
So,
Tell me about some of the refrigerants which may have been banned due to environmental concerns, say in last 30-40 years.
so chlorofluorocarbons, sir, hydrofluorocarbons, sir, these are the prominent refrigerants that.
And what was it doing to the environment?
So it was causing ozone hole problem and thereby leading to global warming.
Okay. What about BS6? What is BS6?
So BS6 is a standard emission based on the Euro norm emission that has been adopted in India, and it is a type of standard based on which the pollutants in the environment can be reduced from a vehicle, sir.
So what was the earlier standard which we were following? In fact, what is the standard we are following right now?
So presently we are following BS4 standards, sir.
So then why not BS5?
Sir, because the situation is very, the present situation is warrants that important steps are taken, and that's why, sir, a jump from BS4 to BS6 was required as guided by Supreme Court itself, sir.
So, what are the advantages we are likely to have by BS6?
So number one, in BS6, the SOx level, sulfur dioxide level, will be from 50 ppm to reduced to 10 ppm. Secondly, sir, even nitrogen oxides will be reduced to the 70% of its present emission. And thirdly, sir, because of the changes in the fuel also, so overall pollution level will reduce, sir.
So, NOxes you mentioned, I want to know, what do you know about nitrogen pollution?
So,
And why is it getting attention these days?
so I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. What are the differences between a petrol engine and a diesel engine?
So petrol engine works on the spark ignition mode, sir, and diesel engine works in the based on the high compression ratio.
Something more?
So diesel engine is more efficient, sir, than petrol engine, sir.
What else?
So apart from this, I'm not able to think now, sir.
Okay, please.
Yes, Soumya, your option was Maithili.
So,
I'll ask one question regarding that. We all have heard about Vidyapati, the famous poet.
yes, sir.
It has often been criticized that Vidyapati was very obscene and vulgar in his poetry. Is this criticism true and warranted?
So if we see from a layman's perspective and don't go into the deeper understanding of his poem, so it may seem vulgar to few people. But sir, once if we try to understand the way and the idea based on which Vidyapati has written that poem, then sir, there is a very deep understanding of bhakti
Can
in
you
it, sir.
recall a poem that has been grossly misunderstood by the people, is where one of the interpretations is obscenity, but actually there is no obscenity?
So may I have a moment, sir?
Yeah, please.
So, कोमल चरण चलय अति मंथर उत्पत्त बालुक बेल हृदय हृदय नैन धरी पंकज charan paduk bhai गेल. So it means that when the Lord is seeing Radha, so if we see from layman's perspective, it means that he is so much in love with Radha that he is not able to see her pain, that she is walking on hot sands. But in actuality, sir, it is the feeling of a Lord towards its devotee, where he is even willing to ensure for the comfort of the bhakt that his eyes may become the legs of the devotee.
In some of his poems, he has written more about the physical attributes of the goddesses.
Sir.
Does it signify that he was more interested in physical attributes and less in spiritualism?
So it's more of like, sir, he was able to see spiritualism through the physical aspects of life, sir. He was able to relate that, sir.
Now that you said that you have keen interest in literature,
So,
about ancient Indian literature, like we have seen in Shakespeare's writings, he usually wrote tragedy plays.
so,
There is hardly any tragedy composition in Indian literature. Few exceptions were there, like Vishakadatta wrote some tragedy plays. Why there is absence of tragedy in Indian literature?
so if we go from the time, ancient time till the present time, then we can see that the literature evolves based on the the needs of the people. So in the medieval India, sir, it was more of a bhakti kal. So because of that, more literature was written based on the love poems of Radha Krishna, or more based on the religious aspects of the life. Later on in the modern part of the literature, we find that, sir, there is a change in the writing, and now it is more written about the social aspects of the life. And so because of the Indian socio-economic scenario during that time and the change that were happening in and around the world, so literature was more focused according to the changes that were happening around the surroundings, sir.
What about the rise of novels in India? This novel writing wasn't there in ancient and medieval times. It rose in colonial times.
Yes, sir.
So why did it happen, and what was its impact on Indian national movement?
So novel writing started from the English literature, sir. So first novel literature that was written in India was that started from Bengali literature, and in Maithili and also the novel writing started from 1914 onwards. So novel writing was a new innovation in the Indian literature if you see, but it was able to have more impact on the people because it was writing in more details about all the aspects of the life and feelings of the writer about a particular situation. And in Indian national struggles, it played a prominent role because many of the novels that were written, they had that voice of the common people inside it, their grievances, their anger towards the system and all that was there, sir.
Can you name a few female contributors to the Rig Vedas? Female poetess who contributed to the Rig Vedas, the Rig Vedic hymns?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall, sir.
And female novelists during the colonial times?
Sir, again, not able to recall, sir.
Okay, no issues. I'll ask from some current affairs. You have heard of 3 capitals in Andhra Pradesh?
Yes, sir.
What is the rationale behind that, and should the system be extended to other parts of India?
So, the present rationale that has been given by the government there, that they believe that this 3 capital model will help to bring inclusivity in the system, and it will help to overall development of all the regions. So that is the reason they have given, and that's why they are coming up with the idea of having a separate legislative capital, executive capital and judicial capital, sir. So regarding its extension to the other parts of India, so most important thing would be to first see that how this present change in Andhra Pradesh is going to work. And if it is very successful and government is able to attain that objective for which it has brought these changes, then sir, definitely this can be thought about, sir.
Okay, my last question from you. Is the passing of the Aadhaar bill as a money bill a fraud on the constitution? Though the matter is sub judice, but what is your point of view?
So, in a way it can be said that sir, the Aadhaar bill may not have been passed as a money bill and should have been properly discussed like a normal bill. But again, sir, since it has been passed as a money bill and the decision of speaker is the final in this case, so I believe, sir, this is as per the constitution process. So, sir, it is in line with the constitution.
So you will toe the constitutional line because it is not clear. What do you call it? It's irregularity of proceeding in the passing of the bill or patent illegality? If it is mere irregularity, then yes, it is not questionable. But do you think it is legal? Because the money bill has been very clearly defined in Article 110.
Sure.
Very clear definition is
Sure,
there.
sir.
So you don't want to take any stand.
Sir, like since the matter is sub judice, sir, so it will be difficult to come out with a particular opinion on this. But as far as it seems from various reports, sir, so it is in line with the rules of the procedure in the House, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sir.
Soumya, you have worked in private sector and now you are in government. Some section of the bureaucracy oppose the idea of lateral entry. What are their concerns?
So present bureaucracy is resisting because there is a natural resistance to any change that is coming in a system. So number one point is this. Second point is that there is a debate about that since IAS officers who are working say around 20 years or 18 years, then they become joint secretary. But in this case, there is no such age. For example, sir, one person working for 13 years has been given lateral entry as a joint secretary. So these are one or two concerns. Apart from that, sir, it's more about the collaboration, sir.
Okay, government is planned to separate railway service from the traditional UPSC examinations and cadre. So what are the concerns some officers or candidates opposing the idea of this separate service?
So merger of Indian Railway Service was done based on the recommendation of Bibek Devaroy committee.
Okay.
And but the concerns is from the implementation of this merger. So because the entry to the railway service is based on two examinations.
Okay.
One is for technical, that is Indian Engineering Service, and other is through UPSC Civil Services.
Okay.
So merger of two different cadre is a challenge.
Okay.
Secondly, the promotional aspects of two different cadre is also being debated, that how the vertical integration will take place. Thirdly, sir, since it's because the technical work will always remain technical, so the demand is there that there should be two cadres, one for technical group and other for non-technical group. So that is, there are few concerns based of which the already working officers have written to the Honorable Prime Minister, sir.
And what should be, according to you?
So in my understanding, sir, I believe that the demands from the present officer is justified, because the merger should be there, because there were too much of departmentalism as pointed out by the committees, and that's why they recommended. But even, sir, recently Vivek Devrai himself wrote in an article that yes, merger can be done, but if it can be done in as a two service also, it would be fine, because again the departmentalism aspect of the objective of the merger would be attained, sir.
Okay, your optional is Maithili. What are the criteria for a language to be added in 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution?
So as such, there is no defined criteria, sir.
Okay.
There is a committee, sir, language or reorganization committee, which looks into whether a particular language should be given a status of official language or not. Though there are not well defined criteria, but mostly, sir, it is seen based on the languages that are there in the schedule, that it should have its own script, the number of people who are speaking those language, literary work in that language, sir.
Okay. Very recently, language supporter has demanded to be added in 8th schedule. Do you give me the name of that language? It is news. And this is a South Indian language, demanded the designation of a official language and inclusion in the 8th schedule. Do you know?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware. Sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Soumya, Maithili is a popular language in especially Mithila region. So how can you define this Mithilanchal? Which districts are come under this?
So Maithili has different dialects. So proper Maithili is being spoken in areas of Madhubani, Darbhanga, Samastipur and nearby area. Okay. Sir, dialects of Maithili are spread over Bhagalpur. The Angika dialect is there in Purnia and Bhagalpur. Then in Santhal Pargana region also, the different dialects of Maithili are being spoken. For example, Devghar, Godda and all. And in Nepal side also there is a Nevari Bhasha, we call it. It's again another variant of Maithili, sir. So,
okay.
And Muzaffarpur and Vaishali also, sir, there is different type of Maithili.
Coronavirus is spread in China and various parts of the world, across the world. Why are the countries opposing to designate it as an endemic? What are their concerns?
So if a particular disease is declared as endemic, so then that country, there are different restriction measures that come into place.
Okay.
For example, sir, recently when WHO declared coronavirus as a public health emergency, then because of that there were many restrictions that were placed for people moving out of China. There were many countries were advised to take preventive measures to prevent the global spread of the disease. So because of that, the trade and the cultural relations and the diplomatic aspects of that country gets affected. So a particular country doesn't want a particular endemic to be declared as a global health emergency problem, sir.
Is India is ready to face this situation and the situation in future perspective? Is we have proper arrangements to face all these situations? Do you agree with the Indian setup? Sufficient provision and steps have been taken to face this endemic and problem. Do you satisfied?
So presently the way government of India has tackled the coronavirus problems by keeping around 3,000 people under observation who have come from China, and only 3 confirmed cases has been found out. So government has taken adequate steps to ensure that the disease is not spread throughout India. But at the same time, sir, if the particular disease emerges in India itself, then it will be a very big health problem, given the amount of population we have, given the way the infrastructure facilities are there. So India needs to work really well on this aspect so that the endemic does not cause a very disaster to its demographic dividend potential that it has.
Okay, sir.
So you are IIT,
Sir.
mechanical engineer,
Sir.
right? And belong to Jharkhand,
Sir.
now serving government of India.
Sure.
as a section officer.
Yes.
Look how you say you are a section officer and serving the purpose of civil servant. How?
So as a section officer, sir, it's very important responsibility because any noting initiates from the table of section officer. So if as a section officer I am able to code the rules properly and make the noting in such a way that it becomes easy for the seniors to take a decision. So
How it is related to serve a civil servant? How you prove you are a civil servant? As a section officer, how you say you are also civil servant?
So based on two types of work, sir. So first, as I pointed out, that while making the noting, it is related to policy formulation or amendments required in a particular policy.
How you define officer? Who is officer?
So pardon, sir?
Who is official? Officer. Who is officer? You are officer?
Yes, sir.
Why? How, on what ground I consider you are officer?
So an officer is a person, sir, who supervises the entire section or a team of
Section
people.
or office? What is the difference in between section or office?
So section is a particular department inside the office, and office is the entire setup, sir.
Okay. Look, you are a mechanical engineer and a huge expo is going on in Lucknow. We call Defense Expo, right?
Yes.
Look, how Defense Expo is going to promote the purpose of Make in India as a made for India, and finally it is made in India.
So can you please repeat?
Starting with Make in India,
Sure.
right? That is going on. How this is going to promote it made for India, and finally it comes to Make in India.
Sir. Sir, in the Defense Expo, sir, there was focus on bringing huge foreign investment into the indigenization manufacturing in the defense corridors in Uttar Pradesh, sir.
How many defense corridors
So
announced
there-
by government of India?
So there are two defense corridors, sir.
Where are?
So one is in Uttar Pradesh and other is in Tamil Nadu, sir.
Where is in Uttar Pradesh? Where is in Tamil Nadu? Whole Uttar Pradesh, whole Tamil Nadu have been considered?
No, sir. Sir, particular areas, sir.
What area?
Sir, I can name those areas, sir. Sir, in Uttar Pradesh, it is in the region of Lucknow, Kanpur, Agra, Chitrakoot, and sir.
Very good, very good. Okay. So look, come to actually linguistic science. Barsuk sar pawal tu tire, chadait barsuk sar pawat and tu nire, barsuk sar pawat tu nire. Look, in this sentence, look, this is a prayer
Sir.
offered by Vidyapati to Gangaji.
Yes, sir.
I know what particular word prove Maithili is a part of Indo-Aryan language. Bar sukh sar pawal tu nire. And this word is also in Bhojpuri. This word is also in Maithili, and this word is also in English as well as in Punjabi. Very common.
Sir, I am not sure, but can
Yes,
I?
make guess.
Sir, bird, what?
No, near.
Sir.
Look,
Thank you, sir.
near in Maithili, in Bhojpuri also, near ba.
Sir.
And in English, this is near,
Thank you, sir.
right? Look, so come to the second point. Look, what is the contribution of Hari Mohan Jha in Maithili language?
Sir, Harimohan Jha is, has brought a new type of, I would say, literature type, we can say. Sir, he has brought the way of expressing things.
Have you read
Yes.
Khattar Kaka?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something out from Khattar Kaka.
Sir, can I speak in that?
Yes, why not?
Sir,
You're
in
allowed
Khat-
to speak in Maithili.
सर खट्टर काका में हरिमोहन झा सर हास्य की विधा को एक
This is not Maithili, this is Hindi. Come to Maithili.
sir I will quote an example. Sir, then he uses that word like माछ खाए ले कि हम कुकुर बिलार के दांत उधार ले छी. So he is trying to show his aggression towards the particular culture that eating non-veg is not
Look,
wrong.
there is a separate demand of Mithilanchal as a state.
Sir.
And as per Sitavi Patavi Ramaiya Committee State Reorganization, we have three very important criteria. One is political relevance, second is economic relevance, and third is link language. So there is link language that is Maithili. Is that area having the relevance and as per constitution, political relevance?
So regarding the demand of a separate
Yes,
state.
yes, yes.
So a separate state can be found based on the 4 or 5 criteria. Few of you already mentioned by you, sir. So other being that security and integrity
No,
of the nation.
what I have told you, political relevance. As per our constitution, in general circumstances, certain number of MLA seats are important to make a particular demand as a political relevant. How many seats minimum required to make a separate state as per constitution?
So I'm not sure, sir.
You're not sure. What is the economic relevance?
Sir, the particular region should be financially viable, sir. It should be able to have the finances to sustain all the resources that it has, sir.
Look, your home state is Jharkhand.
Sir.
Whole Jharkhand is what a minerally rich area, richest area in India.
Sir.
But what are the western half part of Jharkhand, in spite of mineral rich, look, that area is what industrially backward.
Sir.
The eastern half is industrially very forward. So why western half, in spite of having so much minerals, why it is backward?
So it is also facing the problem of, sir, left-wing extremism, sir. And
Look, I'd like to look, I'm telling you from the British period,
sir.
there was no Naxalism. In spite of that, that area was backward.
So because eastern part has access to ports and different forms of transportation facilities, so it was easy for the eastern
thank
part
you,
to
thank
develop.
you, thank
sir. Sir.
Okay, so you did your 12th from Ramakrishna Mission.
Sir.
So can you tell us some important preaching or the philosophy of Ramakrishna Paramahans?
So he said that service to God is service to mankind. So that was even propagated by Swami Vivekananda. Second, sir, the motto of Ramakrishna Mission is also based on his philosophy, which says that Jagat Hita Atmana Mokshartha Jagat Hitaya Cha. For one's own salvation also we need to work for the society.
One thing is very unique about Ramakrishna Paramahansa, about secularism. Have you heard one unique fact about Ramakrishna Paramahansa?
Yes, sir. He said that there is Jato Mat Tato Pat. So basically, all things converge to a particular target. Everyone wants to strive for the same salvation, but different religions are different ways to reach the same goal, sir.
As someone says that Vivekananda is Napoleon of India. Do you agree with this statement? Cultural Napoleon of India. Do you know about Napoleon?
Sir.
About Vivekananda? So
Sir.
correlate this.
Sir, Napoleon has brought the change in the law of that of reason, and also he was responsible for bringing different codes for the legal system like criminal code and all, which was followed by other countries on the latter part. But at the same time, he was very expansionist. He was expanding his areas, and he believed in conquering the area. So, but in case of Vivekananda, sir, he also focused on education, and he also relied on the youth potential of the country, but he did not have that vision of expanding through force, but through the thoughts. He was able to bridge the gap between the east and west through the thoughts. So he said that I come from a religion which has taught peace and tolerance to this world. So in a way he was trying to accommodate all the religions, but at the same time he was able to give the pride to the Indians, which was lost during after the British had conquered in India. So in that way he was trying to again reinvigorate the past cultural heritage of India, sir.
You should proud to be an Indian.
Sir.
Okay, if I ask one point that it feels pride to be an Indian, what point you?
Sir, I am the citizen of that country which is the world's largest democracy, sir.
And what you feel the national shame for you?
Pardon, sir?
National shame. Shame.
So, seeing the condition of the weaker section of the society, particularly the crimes against the women, sir, recently the rape case regarding Hyderabad, which was in news, so it pains me, sir. So, these things need to
You
change.
have heard some one thing, preemptive strike. Have you heard about this? What is the preemptive strike?
So, preemptive strike means that before someone is able to strike us, and we are able to preempt that strike is going to take place, and we attack on that particular location.
Can you
sir.
take any example? Basically, USA use many times this term.
So recently, USA used preemptive strike and killed the leader of the Quad force of Iran.
So if you have a chance, if our nation have a chance to use this strike, where you want to?
Sir, if situation warrants, then sir, mostly due to the adverse situation in our neighborhood, there is high likely sir preemptive strike can take place in Pakistan, India-Pakistan border, near India-Pakistan border, or India-Myanmar border, wherever there is insurgency and the security of the nation is at stake, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Soumya, before you go, you sell the idea to the board that you are the most suitable candidate for selection.
Sir, so presently in my office also, so what I felt that as an administrator, the qualities that are required is to ensure that you are able to deliver the work on time. So for that, a proper tracking of the work is required. So I am able to do that presently. Secondly, sir, at the same time, the support one should be able to support the staff to give that confidence to the staff so that works are delivered at a time, because it has to be a teamwork, sir. So in the present job also I am able to do that, sir. And thirdly, sir, apart from the basic human qualities which like leadership, honesty and integrity, so the qualities of an administrator where one is able to utilize best of its resources and in minimum time he is able to deliver the best is something which I intend to do so.
Okay, Soumya, thank you very much. You may
Thank
go,
you, sir.
we'll call you.
Thank you.